Want to speak real Hungarian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HungarianPod101.com.
Hi everyone, this is Lena from HungarianPod101.com and this is Top Words. Today we are going to learn 15 favorite words chosen by fans. Let's go! Apa, father. Apa, father. Apa minden nap kocsival megy dolgozni. My father goes to work by car every day. Bocsánat. Sorry. Bocsánat. Sorry. Sorry. You can use this expression to say that you're sorry when you are bumping into someone or you did something wrong. We have another expression to say excuse me, which is elnézést. This has a little bit different nuance, and you can use that when you're calling the waiter, for instance, but don't use bocsánat at that time. Boldog, happy. Boldog, happy. A húgom boldog volt, mikor meglátta az ajándékát. My younger sister was happy when she saw her present. Ciao, bye. Ciao, bye. This word is coming from, I think, Italian. It's kind of a slang. It's cool to say to your friends. Finom, tasty. Finom, tasty. Nagyon finom a húsleves. The meat soup is very tasty. Do you like meat soup? Köszönöm, thank you. Köszönöm, thank you. This is a simple way to say thank you in Hungarian. If you want to express more gratitude, then you can say nagyon köszönöm, thank you very much. So yeah, köszönöm. Nagyszerű, awesome. Nagyszerű, awesome. You can use this expression with everyone, but if you want to sound more cool with your friends or with younger people, then you can say király or cool. Okay, 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 okay. This is kind of a casual, slangish way to talk. If you're talking to strangers or you're in a more formal situation, then probably it's better to say rendben van, which means it's alright. So use okay with your friends and with younger people. Sör, beer. Sör, beer. Utálom a sört. I hate beer. That's the truth. Kocsma, pub. Kocsma, pub. Néha elmegyek a kocsmába a barátaimmal. Sometimes I go to the pub with my friends. Szabadság, day off, holiday. Szabadság, day off, holiday. Májusban szabadságot veszek ki. I take a holiday in May. Szeret, to love. Szeret, to love. Szeretem a csokoládét. I love chocolate. Szia, hello. Szia, hello. Szia is the way we greet each other with friends, or you can greet younger people. You can use this with strangers or older people in case they allow you to use informal language with them. They will say that it's okay. Szia can be used both when you are meeting someone or when you part, so it can be either hello or bye. Tisztel, to respect. Tisztel, to respect. Tisztelem azokat, akiktől tanulok valamit. I respect those from whom I can learn something. Titok, secret. Titok, secret. Egy titok okozta a bajt. A secret caused the trouble. And that's the end! Thank you again for watching Hungarian Top Words. Please check our website HungarianPod101.com for more Hungarian content. And don't forget to subscribe and leave some comments below which was your favorite word. See you next time. Hello everyone, this is Lena and this is Hungarian Top Words. Today we are going to learn 10 phrases to amaze native speakers. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. Köszönöm, de igazság szerint nem ez az anyanyelvem. Thank you, but I'm not a native speaker actually. If you are super fluent in the language and then people comment or even think that you are from that country and then you say that, then people are going to be really surprised. Mindössze 1 évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. Mindössze 1 évbe telt, hogy megtanuljak folyékonyan beszélni. It took me only 1 year to become fluent. When people ask you how long have you been studying a language and then you say it took you just a year to become fluent, then it's definitely impressive. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. 3 éven belül anyanyelvi szinten fogok magyarul beszélni. I'll speak Hungarian like a native speaker in 3 years. Please challenge yourself and let us know if it worked out. I'm really curious how long it took for our viewers to get in, not only into native level, but like just conversational level. Try it. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. 10 éve tanulok magyarul. I've been learning Hungarian for 10 years. How about you? How long have you been studying Hungarian? Please let us know in the comment section. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. Magyar filmeket felirat nélkül is tudok nézni. I can watch Hungarian movies without subtitles. To be able to watch Hungarian movies without subtitles, I think you have to be pretty much on a native speaker level. Depends on the movie too, but sometimes you hear slangs or regional language, then that could be a little bit difficult to understand. I think it's a good challenge to try how fluent you are to watch a movie without the subtitles and then, for example, have a discussion with your friends about the movie afterwards. That could be a really good practice. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Meg tudok jegyezni 50 magyar szót egy nap alatt. I can memorize 50 Hungarian words a day. Memorizing 50 words a day is pretty impressive. I think I've never tried that much. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. A magyar nyelv szórakoztató és könnyen tanulható. Hungarian is fun and easy to learn. That's right. Hungarian language is very interesting, I think. We have a lot of sounds, various ways how we can talk about something or even say a word. Because of that, our literature is pretty rich as well. If you're looking for a fun language, which is not really widespread yet, then please try out Hungarian. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. A magyar nyelven kívül egyéb nyelveken is beszélek. Apart from knowing Hungarian, I can speak a few other languages as well. I speak Hungarian, English, and Japanese fluently. How about you? How many languages do you speak? Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. Magamtól tanulok magyarul. I'm learning Hungarian all by myself. That's very impressive, I think, if people ask you, how do you study Hungarian? And if you say, oh, it's all by myself because I'm interested, then they'll be both happy and impressed. I wonder if there are any sources in your country to study Hungarian, or are you going to language school, or do you take lessons from a teacher, or are you just studying on your own? I'm very interested, so please let us know in the comment section. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. Gyakran beszélek magyarul álmomban. I often speak in Hungarian in my dream. That's a very interesting thing, that if you get to that level that you start to think and even dream in a foreign language, then probably you're really good at it. And this is the end of our list. If someone speaks your language and then they say one of these phrases, then how would you react? Please write about it in the comment section, and please like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check HungarianPod101.com for more Hungarian content, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye!
Jó reggelt!
Szia! Hogy hívnak?
Ann Smith.
Én Pál Balázs vagyok.
Szia! Balázs?
Igen, Balázs. Örülök, hogy megismertelek.
Én is.
Honnan jöttél? Angol vagy?
Nem angol vagyok. Amerikai vagyok. És te?
Én magyar vagyok. Tetszik Budapest?
Igen, Budapest szép.
Amerika is szép.
Szerintem is. Jó napot kívánok!
Jó napot, kisasszony! Hogy van?
Jól vagyok, köszönöm. És ön?
Én is köszönöm szépen. Foglaljon helyet.
Köszönöm. Szia!
Szia, Ann!
Ez már a Blaha?
Igen. Meddig mész?
Az Asztóriáig megyek.
A következő az Asztória.
Köszi.
Hogy írja a nevét?
A N N E S M I T H.
Köszönöm. Kérem az útlevelét.
Parancsoljon.
Köszönöm. Itt írja alá, kérem.
Igen, már is.
Okay, focus! Hi everyone, this is your host Lena from HungarianPod101.com. Today, Top Words video topic is top 10 phrases you'll need for a date. Let's go! Velem vacsoráznál? Velem vacsoráznál? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Velem vacsoráznál? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Yeah, it's a very common question if you are asking someone out for a dinner date in Hungary. So if you hear this, the person wants to go out to a dinner with you. Yes. Ráérsz ezen a hétvégén? Ráérsz ezen a hétvégén? Are you free this weekend? Ráérsz ezen a hétvégén? Are you free this weekend? This is not necessarily a suggestion for a date, but you can use it if you are not sure if the person is interested in you 100%, like in a romantic way, maybe just as a friend. But still, this question is safe to ask if you want to hang out with the person during the weekend. Szeretnél együtt lógni velem? Szeretnél együtt lógni velem? Would you like to hang out with me? Szeretnél együtt lógni velem? Would you like to hang out with me? This is quite a casual question in Hungarian. The nuance is quite casual, so it's not referring to any romantic date suggestion. So it's just like you can say it to your buddies, like, would you like to hang out with me? Szeretnél együtt lógni velem? Yeah, you can use it that way, but at the same time, again, if you're not sure if the other person whom you like likes you back the same way, but you just, want to spend time with the person, feel free to ask this question. It's safe. Annyira aranyos vagy. Annyira aranyos vagy. You are so cute. Annyira aranyos vagy. You're so cute. Yes, this is a nice compliment. Annyira aranyos vagy. Yes. I like that. And I like to say it to other people too, even though I might be not interested in a romantic way in them. But yeah, if you like a guy or if you're like a girl, they will probably be very happy if you say this to them. Remekül nézel ki. Remekül nézel ki. You look great. Remekül nézel ki. You look great. Again, this is a compliment which is safe to use and it just makes people feel good. So use it either in a friendly or a romantic way. Nagyszerű este volt. Nagyszerű este volt. That was a great evening. Nagyszerű este volt. That was a great evening. At the end of your date night, don't forget to thank the person who went out with you. And a great way to do that is to say this sentence. Majd hívlak. Majd hívlak. I'll call you. Majd hívlak. I'll call you. This is tricky. The person can mean it or not. Hány órakor találkozzunk holnap? Hány órakor találkozzunk holnap? What time should we meet tomorrow? Hány órakor találkozzunk holnap? What time should we meet tomorrow? Use this question when you would like to arrange the date or just an appointment with someone. It can be used either way. Just arrive on time. Láthatlak újra? Láthatlak újra? Can I see you again? Láthatlak újra? Can I see you again? It's a positive sign after a date if you get this question. I think in Hungary it's used mainly by men so that they show that they are interested in their date. No, I don't say it to guys, sorry. No. Okay, use this question if you are interested in meeting your date next time. Menjünk máshova? Menjünk máshova? Shall we go somewhere else? Menjünk máshova? Shall we go somewhere else? Use this question when you would like to switch places. For example, you want to try another location to hang out, or you don't like the place where your date is, but you don't want to say it directly, so you can just ask menjünk máshova, and then you can switch places. This is the end of our list. Thank you for watching this video. Let us know in a comment what other questions or compliments you would say during a date. Don't forget to like the video and to subscribe. And check out our site hungarianpod101.com for more great content. See you next time. Bye. Hi everyone, this is Lena and you're watching hungarianpod101.com's top words, and today's topic is 20 words you'll need for the beach. Let's go! Napszemüveg, sunglasses, napszemüveg, which means sunglasses. Épp most vettem egy új napszemüveget. I just bought a pair of sunglasses. Strand, beach. Strand, beach. A strand nincs messze a hotelünktől. The beach is not far away from our hotel. Úszás, swimming. Úszás, swimming. Az úszás a kedvenc sportom. My favorite sport is swimming. What is your favorite sport? Do you like swimming? Tell us in the comment section. Nap, sun. Nap, sun. A nap fényesen süt. The sun shines bright. Pálmafa, palm tree. Pálmafa, palm tree. Pálmafák sorakoznak az út mentén. There are palm trees along the road. Kagyló, seashell. Kagyló, seashell. Szeretek kagylókat gyűjteni a parton. I like gathering seashells on the shore. Yeah, that's actually true. So whenever I go to the beach, I wait until the sun is down. So I like walking along the shore and then collecting some nice seashells. Óceán, ocean. Óceán, ocean. Még sosem láttam az óceánt. I've never seen the ocean. Vízimentő, lifeguard. Vízimentő, lifeguard. A vízimentő épp most mentett ki egy kisfiút a medencéből. The lifeguard just saved a young boy from the pool. Jet ski, jet ski, jet ski, jet ski. Egy piros és egy kék jet ski van a parton. There is a red and a blue jet ski on the shore. Strandszék, beach chair. Strandszék, beach chair. Hány strandszéket hoztál? How many beach chairs did you bring? Homokvár, sandcastle. Homokvár, sandcastle. A gyerekek homokvárat építenek. Children build a sandcastle. Hűtőtáska, cooler bag. Hűtőtáska, cooler bag. Sokféle gyümölcslé van a hűtőtáskában. There is lots of kinds of juice in the cooler bag. Apály, low tide. Apály, low tide. Apálykor megtelik a strand a turistákkal. At low tide, the beach fills up with tourists. Napbarnítottság, tan. Napbarnítottság, tan. Az emberek úgy tartják, hogy a napbarnítottság egészséges külsőt ad. People say that getting a tan gives you a healthy look. Búvárkodás, snorkeling. Búvárkodás, snorkeling. Ezen a részen megengedett a búvárkodás. In this area, snorkeling is allowed. Strandpapucs, flip-flop. Strandpapucs, flip-flop. A strandpapucsom narancssárga. My flip-flop is orange. And that's true. Fényvédő, sunscreen. Fényvédő, sunscreen. Hoztál fényvédőt magaddal? Did you bring sunscreen with you? It's very important to have, especially for me. Bikini, 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 bikini. A kirakatban láttam egy rózsaszín bikinit. I saw a pink bikini in the shop window. Napernyő, parasol. Napernyő, parasol. Szükségem van egy napernyőre, mert erősen süt a nap. I need a parasol because the sun is shining too strongly. And I brought my... It's not a parasol, but almost. Jégkrém, ice cream. Jégkrém, ice cream. Szereted a jégkrémet? Do you like ice cream? Do you like ice cream? And this is the end. Thank you for watching. Please tell us which was your favorite one and let us know what you're doing during the summer, what is your favorite activity, or what is your favorite summer item. Please let us know what's your absolutely necessary item on the beach. Don't forget to subscribe and check our website, HungarianPod101.com. See you next time. Bye!
You are at a bus terminal where you're attempting to buy a ticket from a ticket counter. There are 4 different counters. Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? The third counter is the counter for bus tickets that go to the south side of the city.
A város déli része felé.
You are at a bus terminal where you've just bought a long-distance ticket. Which row and seat number are you in? Which row and seat number are you in? The ticket says that you're in the 8th row in seat C.
8. sor, C hely.
You are at a bus terminal where you're reading the schedule for long-distance buses. On which days are there no buses running? On which days are there no buses running? There are no buses running on public holidays and the 3rd Sunday of every month.
Ünnepnapokon, minden hónap 3. vasárnapján.
You are at a bus stop where you're waiting for the 301 bus. There is a notice posted on the bus timetable. What does the notice say? What does the notice say? The notice reads, "The 301 bus does not stop here."
A 301-es busz itt nem áll meg.
You just got off a bus at a bus terminal and you're looking to catch a taxi. Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? Which exit should you take to get to the taxi rank? You should take the east exit in order to get to the taxi rank.
Keleti kijárat.
Want to speak real Hungarian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HungarianPod101.com.
Can you really learn a new language all alone? Learning a language without traditional classroom instruction may seem quite daunting at first. What if you run into questions? How do you stay on track and motivated to achieve your goals? Don't worry. Not only is it possible to learn any language without traditional classroom instruction, we have created an advanced and extensive online language learning system to help you do just that. It's designed to help you learn a language on your own and is faster, more convenient, and less expensive than traditional classroom options. Here are 3 reasons to learn a language alone. Number 1, learn at your own pace and on your own schedule. In today's fast-paced world, there isn't always time for traditional classroom instruction. But when you learn alone, you can study anywhere and anytime that suits your schedule best. It makes it far easier to actually reach your goal of learning and mastering the language. Number 2, learning a language on your own can reduce stress and anxiety. In traditional classroom settings, there are pop quizzes, tests, and presentations in front of classmates. While it's valuable to learn public speaking skills and to be able to perform under pressure, for some people, these classroom pressures are a big hurdle for their language learning dreams. Learning alone, however, removes these stressors. Learning outside of a traditional classroom setting can help reduce some of the stress you may feel, and you can work towards your goals all on your own. Number 3, learning alone can help improve cognitive function. While classroom settings often require learners to spend lots of time memorizing information and following instructions, studying a language on your own requires you to problem solve so that you can self-teach and hit your goals. You'll also need to be strict with yourself and stick to a regular study schedule. So yes, in some ways, learning a language on your own can be more challenging than learning in a traditional classroom setting. But teaching yourself a language pays dividends throughout life. In addition to learning a language, you'll also learn time management and problem-solving skills. These are skills that will aid you when social and professional opportunities arise. So, how do you actually learn a language on your own? Number 1, access our huge collection of audio and video lessons. Ideally, you want audio and/or video lessons that teach vocabulary, grammar, and provide actual conversations and dialogue in your target language to help you with real pronunciation. We have hundreds of hours of HD audio and video lessons on our website, created by professional teachers and actors to help you achieve perfect pronunciation. Plus, all lessons can be accessed 24/7 via any device with internet access. Number 2, learning paths with courses based upon your exact needs and goals. Simply tell us your goals and we will identify the best courses and study plan to help you reach them in the shortest time possible. Even though you are technically learning a language on your own, our team is always here to help and make sure you reach your goals fast. Number 3, use advanced learning tools. When you have the right tools and learning resources, it's actually easy to teach yourself a language. Over the last 10 years, we've developed, tested, and refined more than 20 advanced learning tools. These tools aim to boost retention and reduce learning time. Eliminate stress and start learning at your own pace, in bed, your car, or wherever you have a few spare minutes. Our learning resources and tools are designed to help you get to the next level in the fastest, easiest, and most fun way. Just click the link in the description to sign up for a free lifetime account. So if you want to learn language anytime, anywhere, sign up for a free lifetime account by clicking the link in the description. Sign up takes less than 30 seconds. Click the link in the description and start learning right away. I'll see you there. Bye!
Hi, I'm Livia. Nice to meet you. In this series, we are going to learn basic Hungarian expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Hungarian. There are only 2 sentences you need to do it, but first, it is important to clarify that in Hungarian there's a difference between the formal and the informal language. Let's first see how Hungarian people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Szia, Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. Hi, I'm Lívia. Nice to meet you. Szia, Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. Start by saying Szia. Then say your name and then vagyok. Szia, Lívia vagyok. Finally say örvendek. Szia, Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. And now, let's see the same sentence in formal speech. Jó napot kívánok! Szöllősi Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. Good day! I'm Lívia Szöllősi. Nice to meet you. Jó napot kívánok! Szöllősi Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. So, what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a close look at these together. Szia has been substituted with the formal greeting Jó napot kívánok, Hungarian for good day. Lívia vagyok has not been changed. Vagyok stands in both cases for I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name, so I said Szöllősi Lívia. Here, you would say your full name. Note that for Hungarian people, family names come first, followed by the given name. However, you don't have to reverse your name when introducing yourself. You can say örvendek in both situations. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Hungarian is Szia, Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. The formal way to introduce yourself is Jó napot kívánok. Szöllősi Lívia vagyok. Örvendek. And now it's time for Lívia's tips. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands. Jó napot kívánok is a very formal expression. Sometimes people just say Jó napot when greeting each other. Both are polite, so you don't have to worry about making a mistake. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Hungarian. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. Készen álltok? Are you ready? Akkor kezdjük. So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Köszönöm. Köszönöm. Köszönöm means thank you. When saying thank you very much, you just need to add szépen. Köszönöm szépen. Köszönöm szépen. Köszönöm szépen is like saying thank you kindly. During the last lesson, we mentioned both the informal and the formal way of speaking Hungarian. Köszönöm is the more formal way to thank someone. If you want to be more casual, there's another phrase you should use. Köszi. Köszi. Köszi is an abbreviation of köszönöm, meaning thanks. You would use this phrase when talking to friends. How do you answer? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is nincs mit. Nincs mit. Nincs mit literally means nothing to thank for, but it is the equivalent of you are welcome. The other way to say you are welcome is the expression szívesen. Szívesen. Literally, this phrase means kindly, but it has become a common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says köszönöm to you, simply reply with nincs mit or szívesen. Now it's time for Lívia's tips. You can use both köszönöm and köszönöm szépen in informal situations, but be careful about köszi since it is really casual. Don't use it with superiors or people you have just met. In this lesson, we will learn some of the most common greetings used in Hungary. Készen álltok? Are you ready? Akkor kezdjük. So let's start. The most commonly used informal greeting is szia. Szia. Szia means hi, hello, or goodbye. We use it when we meet, but also when we leave. We should only use this greeting with friends or relatives. If there are more people present, you should use sziasztok, which basically means hi guys. Now let's continue by discussing the formal way to greet people. Jó napot. jó napot. Literally, jó napot means good day. In the morning, we say jó reggelt, which means good morning. Jó reggelt. During the evening, we say jó estét. Jó estét. Este is Hungarian for evening, but when saying good evening, you have to say estét. When saying goodbye in formal situations, Hungarian people use viszontlátásra. Viszontlátásra. Viszontlátásra means goodbye. You can also use its shorter form, viszlát, which is less formal. You can say this to a shop assistant, for example. With your friends, you should use szia when speaking to one person, or sziasztok when there are more people present. Szia. Sziasztok. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Hungarian. Let's look at them all again. When meeting older people or someone we don't know, jó napot. When living in a formal situation, viszontlátásra. When living in an informal situation, viszlát or szia. It's easy, isn't it? And now it's time for Livia's tips. In formal situations, Hungarian people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. Girls greet their friends, including guys, with a kiss on both cheeks. Girls, don't be afraid to try it with your Hungarian friends. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Hungarian. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we are going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you are asking it in Hungarian, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you are saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Beszélsz angolul? Beszélsz angolul? Beszél means to speak. In Hungarian, verbs change depending on the active voice. You don't have to say the pronoun here. It is already built into the verb. Beszélsz means do you speak. Angolul literally means in English, with angol meaning the English language. Beszélsz angolul? We are now going to make this sentence formal. First, we need to use the formal version of you, which is ön. In this case, you have to include the word in the sentence. Also, we will have to conjugate the verb beszél differently. Beszél ön angolul? Beszél ön angolul? Adding elnézést, excuse me, the sentence becomes even more polite. Elnézést, beszél ön angolul? Elnézést, beszél ön angolul? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Igen. Yes. Igen. Egy kicsit. A little. Egy kicsit. Nem beszélek angolul. No, I don't speak English. Nem beszélek angolul. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say nem before the verb beszél. Notice also that the verb beszélek is slightly different than beszél. Remember, the verb changes depending on the active voice. Beszélek indicates the first person pronoun, meaning I speak. Adding nem in front of it changes the meaning to I don't speak. Now it's time for Livia's tips. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Hungarian people study other languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute angolul with olaszul for Italian, oroszul for Russian, spanyolul for Spanish, németül for German. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase elnézést, beszél ön angolul? Excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word elnézést, which means excuse me in formal Hungarian. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use elnézést and other words when apologizing in Hungarian. We should use elnézést in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, elnézést, egy kávét kérek. Excuse me, a coffee please. Elnézést, Egy kávét kérek. We can also use it when asking a question. Elnézést, merre van a vár? Excuse me, where is the castle? Elnézést, merre van a vár? Sometimes we also hear people say bocsánat, which basically means the same thing as elnézést and can also be used to get somebody's attention. Bocsánat. We can also use the phrase ne haragudjon. You might hear this phrase translated as forgive me in English, but it literally means please don't be angry. Since it's quite formal, it's better to simply use elnézést instead. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry. But if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a different phrase. That phrase is sajnálom. It means I am sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Sajnálom. And now it's time for Livia's tips. Please remember that in Hungary, if you accidentally bump into someone, you can use both elnézést and bocsánat, meaning excuse me.
When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1. Optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends, but you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2. Consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3. Use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4. Study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency. Give it a try now. Sign up for your account. Just click the link in the description.
Egy nő megkér valamire egy eladót a könyvesboltban. Melyik könyvet akarta megnézni a nő?
Elnézést! Meg szeretnék nézni egy könyvet azon a polcon.
Melyik könyvet szeretné?
Az autókról szóló könyvet.
Egy pillanat, kérem. Ez az?
Pontosan.
Parancsoljon! Melyik könyvet akarta megnézni a nő? Egy nő megkér valamire egy eladót a könyvesboltban. Melyik könyvet akarta megnézni a nő?
Elnézést! Meg szeretnék nézni egy könyvet azon a polcon.
Melyik könyvet szeretné?
Az autókról szóló könyvet.
Egy pillanat, kérem. Ez az?
Pontosan.
Parancsoljon! Egy férfi és egy nő néznek egy étlapot egy étteremben. Mit rendelt a férfi? Mit szeretnél rendelni?
Ez a pizza finomnak néz ki. Ezt kérek.
Én tegnap ettem pizzát, úgyhogy...
Akkor mit szólsz ehhez a hamburgerhez?
Jól hangzik, ezt kérek. Mit rendelt a férfi? Egy férfi és egy nő néznek egy étlapot egy étteremben. Mit rendelt a férfi? Mit szeretnél rendelni?
Ez a pizza finomnak néz ki. Ezt kérek.
Én tegnap ettem pizzát, úgyhogy...
Akkor mit szólsz ehhez a hamburgerhez?
Jól hangzik, ezt kérek. Egy férfi egy klinikával beszél telefonon. Hány óráig kell a férfinek odaérnie?
Halló, miben segíthetek?
Meddig vannak nyitva ma?
6 óráig. De 5:30 előtt jöjjön, kérem.
Rendben. Hány óráig kell a férfinek odaérnie? Egy férfi egy klinikával beszél telefonon. Hány óráig kell a férfinek odaérnie?
Halló, miben segíthetek?
Meddig vannak nyitva ma?
6 óráig. De 5:30 előtt jöjjön, kérem.
Rendben. Egy fiú a naplóját olvassa. Mit csinált a fiú legelőször aznap? Ma nagyon jó idő volt. Ezen a délutánon elmentem egy uszodába, és este elmentem megnézni egy filmet. Reggel még tanultam is. Ez egy nagyon jó nap volt. Mit csinált a fiú legelőször aznap? Egy fiú a naplóját olvassa. Mit csinált a fiú legelőször aznap? Ma nagyon jó idő volt. Ezen a délutánon elmentem egy uszodába, és este elmentem megnézni egy filmet. Reggel még tanultam is. Ez egy nagyon jó nap volt. Egy nő és egy férfi egy fényképet néz. Melyik fényképet nézik?
Ez a fiod foci csapatának a fényképe, ugye? Melyik a te fiod?
Ez az.
Ó, ő a legmagasabb a csapatban.
Magasabb nálam. Melyik fényképet nézik? Egy nő és egy férfi egy fényképet néz. Melyik fényképet nézik?
Ez a fiod foci csapatának a fényképe, ugye? Melyik a te fiod?
Ez az.
Ó, ő a legmagasabb a csapatban.
Magasabb nálam.
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to know how to improve your listening and speaking skills, be able to save conversations, listen to them as many times as you want, and learn hundreds of practical everyday conversations? Well, there is an easy way to do this. In this video, we'll go over how to speak more using the dialogue track. So, what is the dialogue track? The dialogue track is an audio track with just the conversation from the lesson. It's only about 10 to 30 seconds long. Let's say you're looking at a 5-minute lesson about ordering food at a restaurant. First, you hear a conversation. Then our teachers explain every grammar rule and translate every word, so you know what it all means. That's where the dialogue track comes in. It gives you just the conversation. Here's what makes the dialogue track so powerful. First, you can quickly review the conversation without re-listening to the lesson. The dialogue track is just 10 to 30 seconds long, so it won't take you very long to cover both new and old information. This makes it perfect for a quick review of what you've just learned, and it helps keep it fresh in your brain. Second, you'll remember the conversations easier. Listen on repeat, like you would with a song, and the words, phrases, and grammar rules will stick better. And the more you come back to re-listen, the better it will all stick. Third, you'll speak more of your target language. So if you have 10, 20, or 100 dialogue tracks like that, then you have 10, 20, or 100 conversations that you'll know inside out and that you can use in real life. For example, conversations like catching up with friends, ordering at a restaurant, talking about your family, introducing yourself, and much, much more. Fourth, you improve your listening skills and can immerse yourself in the language. So imagine you've finished 20 lessons and you've downloaded 20 dialogue tracks to your phone. That's 20 conversations. You can create a playlist and play those 20 tracks and get used to the language and immerse yourself. To recap what we just learned, here's what you do to make the most of the dialogue tracks. First, after you finish a lesson, download the dialogue track. Save it to your computer or phone so you can listen to it on repeat whenever possible. Just replace 3 to 15 minutes of music listening for some language review. Next, if you've finished 20 lessons, you should have 20 dialogue tracks. Use those to create a playlist of these dialogue tracks so that you can listen to all kinds of conversations. And finally, try shadowing the conversations that you hear. This will become super easy once you've heard the conversation enough times. But if you're still struggling with a word or two, go back to the lesson and check the line-by-line breakdown of the conversation to find the words you need to practice. Boost your speaking skills with the dialogue track and check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! When you start out learning a foreign language, everything is exciting. You pick up new words and basic phrases fairly quickly. The first time you say a greeting or answer the question, "How are you?" you might even get a little thrill. Speaking fluently doesn't feel that far off, and at this point, it really does seem like language learning isn't all that difficult. But after a week or two, things begin to change. After a few weeks of study, you start to hit walls as you're faced with strange grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Everything about learning a new language seemed promising and hopeful before, but now you start to realize how difficult it's going to be. Speaking the language now feels like a long, far-off goal that you may or may not achieve one day. But don't let the innocence of being an absolute beginner or the disillusionment of being an experienced learner discourage you from learning. Speaking a new language may not be as far off as you thought. In this video, we'll look at 3 tips to help you practice your speaking skills, no matter what level you're at. Number 1, practice with native speakers. Practicing with native speakers is by far one of the most effective things you can do to improve your speaking abilities. Think of speaking a foreign language as riding a bike. After a certain point, you can't read or theorize about how to do it. You have to actually do it. If you can practice speaking with native speakers who correct you and give good feedback, then you'll be well on your way to improving your speaking. But where can you find native speakers to practice with? If you live in or near a major city, there's a good chance there are some native speakers there. You might even get lucky and discover an entire community. Do a little research into the demographics of your city, or simply keep your eyes open the next time you go through town. You can also attend a language exchange or cultural event. Meetup is a site for local enthusiast groups, and there are usually some language-speaking clubs or cultural clubs there. If you're unable to find native speakers where you live, then jump online and find them there. There are a lot of free online exchanges that allow you to connect with other language learners from all over the globe via text, audio, or video chat. Look for a speaker who is learning your native language. You can spend an hour or so helping each other in your respective target languages. This is a highly practical and helpful way to learn. It's also a great way to learn more directly about the culture you're studying in a real way. Number 2, devote some time to learning pronunciation. Pronunciation often isn't the first skill people think of working on when learning a foreign language, but that doesn't mean that it isn't important. Truth be told, you don't absolutely need a great accent to speak or understand every language. However, a decent accent can vastly improve your listening and speaking abilities in ways you might not expect. Being able to pronounce words and sounds makes it a lot easier for you to remember and understand new words simply by hearing them. If you can physically make a sound with your mouth, then you can mentally remember it. Once you have a good accent, the new language won't sound as foreign as it once did, and you'll be able to understand rapid speech, as well as pick up the definition of new words based on their conversational context. But how can you improve your accent? If you're serious about developing your accent, then you'll want to dissect the language's sound system into its individual parts. First by letters, then individual words, followed by whole phrases. Start doing some mild research on the phonetics of your target language. You don't have to get too technical here. Just try to get an idea of some of the main differences between it and your native language. Find out where native speakers usually put their tongue while saying certain sounds, or pay attention to the shape of their mouths when they speak. Is it open or closed? These subtle differences are what really help you improve. Once you get the letters down, start listening to native audio and compare your pronunciation to the native speakers. Our language learning program's playback feature is a great way to accomplish this. Take a phrase from a lesson and start by practicing the individual words, playing the audio back at a slower speed and then again at a regular speed. After comparing your speech to the audio, combine the words to make complete phrases, imitating the intonation of the native speakers. This precise method of pronunciation practice is one of the most efficient and effective ways to learn pronunciation. Number 3, imitate, don't just repeat. Anytime you speak, do your best to imitate the native speakers you've heard and practice with. Match the way their intonation rises and falls. Pay attention to their word order. It's even a good idea to match some of their body language. This degree of imitation will probably feel weird at first, but it reinforces fluency in the language and breaks you out of the parrot trap, where you simply learn and speak through rote memorization or repetition. This is a common problem that's often cited with other less effective language learning methods. Speaking a language is like playing music or dancing. You don't want to just know it. You want to live in the moment and feel it as you use it. You don't sit and think of what you're going to say in your native language before you say it. Why would you expect to do the same in a new one? Don't let ruffled expectations make you think that speaking a new language is impossible. Yes, it's difficult, but it probably isn't as difficult as you think it is. With a little determination and some faithful practice, you might be surprised how quick and how far you can progress. Use these tips to better practice the language and see real results in your speaking abilities. And for even more ways to practice your speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.